Some machines are built to impress. Others are built to redefine what power even means. Every few decades, a vehicle emerges that pushes the boundaries of physics and engineering so far that it feels almost unreal. Imagine a machine that takes the same technology used to chase world championships and adapts it for the open road. The kind of vehicle that asks a bold question. What happens when you stop trying to make a road car faster and instead try to make a race car civilized enough for the street? It is the ultimate test of ambition, precision, and patience. A project years in the making, with no margin for compromise. Today, we explore that story in full detail, from the dream to the execution to the impact it leaves behind. If you love learning how engineering legends are made, hit like, subscribe, and tell us in the comments which car you want us to feature next. The 2023 Mercedes-AMG 1 is not just a car. It is a declaration of what happens when a Formula One dream meets everyday reality. To understand why this machine matters, you have to start with its origins. Back in 2017, when Mercedes-AMG announced its plan to bring an F1 powertrain to the street, many doubted it could ever be done. A 1.6-liter turbocharged V6 hybrid, straight from a race car, seemed impossible to tame. Even Mercedes engineers called it the most ambitious project they had ever attempted. The promise was simple but staggering. Deliver over 1,000 horsepower from a hybrid system that combines a tiny combustion engine with 4 electric motors, all while meeting global emissions and noise standards. That meant the 2023 Mercedes-AMG 1 had to run cleanly, idle calmly, and still scream to 11,000 RPM when unleashed. It was never meant to be easy. The core of the AMG 1 comes from Mercedes' Formula One division, the same program that powered multiple world titles. The idea was to use this advanced hybrid technology to create the most direct link ever between a race car and a production car. That decision set off a chain of engineering challenges that consumed years of testing and re-engineering. One issue was the idle speed. The F1 engine used in the One simply could not run below 5,000 RPM without stalling. Road cars typically idle below 1,000. To make it street legal, Mercedes had to redesign the entire fuel injection system, adjust compression ratios, and implement an electric preheating process that stabilizes the combustion chamber before startup. Another massive hurdle was durability. Formula One engines are built for short races and routine rebuilds. A road car must last tens of thousands of miles. That required reinforcing the turbocharger, upgrading internal coatings, and integrating a complex cooling network that runs through multiple radiators and heat exchangers. Engineers also had to account for fuel quality differences worldwide. The AMG 1's engine was tuned to handle regular super unleaded fuel without losing performance integrity. Then came the hybrid side. The once electric motors are placed with surgical precision. One integrated with the turbocharger to eliminate lag, one on the crankshaft to boost acceleration, and two on the front axle for torque vectoring. Together, they create seamless all-wheel drive dynamics that constantly adjust torque for maximum traction. The front motors alone can deliver over 320 horsepower, while regenerative braking recovers energy under deceleration, feeding a compact lithium-ion battery derived from Formula One energy systems. Yet, for all the technology crammed into the 2023 Mercedes-AMG 1, the challenge was not only about power. It was about harmony. Engineers needed the car to feel like a single cohesive organism, not a collection of competing systems. They developed complex software that synchronizes each motor and clutch, ensuring perfect transitions between electric and combustion power. The result is immediate response and precision unlike anything on the road. Inside, the experience is surprisingly focused. The cockpit of the Mercedes-AMG 1 strips away luxury for performance. Two lightweight seats, integrated into the carbon monocoque, keep the driver and passenger fixed in place under heavy cornering loads. The steering wheel features multifunction controls, inspired directly by F1 layouts, while digital displays provide data such as energy flow, battery temperature, and lap telemetry. The interior is not about comfort. It is about communication between driver and machine. One of the defining elements of the AMG 1 is how it handles. The car's chassis uses pushrod suspension similar to that of a Formula One car, with adaptive dampers and adjustable ride height. At low speeds, it manages bumps and irregular roads smoothly. At high speeds, the suspension stiffens, flattening the car against the tarmac. The active aerodynamics are equally advanced. The front flaps, rear diffuser, and large wing constantly change position depending on speed and driving mode. In track mode, the car lowers itself by 37 mm at the front and 30 at the rear, entering a stance optimized for downforce and stability. The brake system is equally radical. Carbon ceramic discs provide immense stopping power, while the regenerative system ensures every deceleration helps recharge the battery. Together, these systems create balance. The AMG 1 accelerates from 0 to 60 in just over 2.5 seconds, reaches 124 miles per hour in under 7, and continues to a top speed of 219 miles per hour. Yet, it can also glide silently in EV mode for short city runs. The sound is part of the story. At full throttle, the 2023 Mercedes-AMG 1 emits a high-pitched symphony, far removed from traditional supercar notes. It is mechanical, sharp, and layered with electrical hums from the hybrid motors. This soundscape is deliberate. Mercedes wanted the driver to hear the coordination of combustion and electricity working in perfect rhythm. But the path to production was full of delays. Originally announced for 2019 delivery, the project stretched to 2023 due to global events, supply issues, and the immense difficulty of certifying an F1 engine for civilian use. Some customers waited nearly 6 years for their cars. Mercedes never compromised. Instead, they used the extra time to refine every system, from cooling ducts to battery management. What emerged was a machine that redefines the idea of a flagship car. The 2023 Mercedes-AMG 1 is not built for convenience. It is built for purity of purpose. Only 275 units exist, each meticulously assembled by hand. Owners receive a car that requires constant attention and care, much like a race machine, but also offers unmatched driving reward. The significance of the AMG 1 lies beyond its numbers. It proves that hybrid technology can enhance, not dilute, performance. It bridges a gap between motorsport and mobility that few brands have ever crossed. For Mercedes-AMG, it is both a technical showcase and a statement about the future of powertrains. The lessons learned here will trickle down to the next generation of performance vehicles, where electrification and efficiency will no longer mean compromise. The creation of the 2023 Mercedes-AMG 1 represents a turning point, but the real intrigue comes in understanding how this car's design and philosophy could reshape the entire performance landscape. That is what we will explore next. When examining the 2023 Mercedes-AMG 1, it becomes clear that every millimeter of its structure tells a story of adaptation. To fit a Formula One engine into a road car required more than creative thinking. It demanded the reinvention of manufacturing processes. The carbon fiber monocoque chassis forms the backbone, designed to handle both the intense torque from its hybrid system and the stresses of everyday roads. Unlike traditional supercars, where carbon is used primarily for lightness, here it is also used for heat resistance and structural integration. The body panels channel air as efficiently as possible, guiding it through vents and ducts that manage temperature and downforce simultaneously. At the heart of this design lies aerodynamics. The 2023 Mercedes-AMG 1 uses active systems that constantly adjust to conditions. Airflow over the front splitter, through the roof intake, and across the rear diffuser is controlled in real time by sensors reading speed, yaw, and grip. The rear wing features 2 adjustable elements. At high speeds, it provides maximum stability, while in cornering, it adjusts angle to reduce drag and maintain balance. The result is a car that behaves differently on every stretch of road, constantly tuning itself for the perfect compromise between grip and efficiency. The hybrid system also plays a key role in this balancing act. The energy recovery mechanism, adapted from Formula One, is capable of harvesting energy not only from braking but also from exhaust heat. This thermal recovery system captures waste energy from the turbocharger, converting it into electric power to assist acceleration or recharge the battery. In essence, the car creates power even as it drives, an elegant loop of efficiency born from racing innovation. Another area where the 2023 Mercedes-AMG 1 demonstrates its uniqueness is in its driving modes. It offers 6 settings, ranging from pure electric to full race specification. In EV mode, the car operates silently, using only the front electric motors, ideal for short trips or urban commutes. Hybrid mode engages both systems for balanced performance. Then comes race safe, race, Race Plus, and finally Strat 2, a name borrowed directly from Formula One terminology. In Strat 2, the suspension drops to its lowest setting, aerodynamics move to maximum downforce, and every motor delivers full output. It is as close as any road car can get to track performance without crossing into race-only territory. Driving the Mercedes-AMG 1 is not an experience of brute force. It is a study in coordination. The steering is razor-sharp, the brakes communicate precisely, and the power delivery is instant. Yet, unlike some hypercars that overwhelm the driver, the One feels deliberate. Every action has intent. The hybrid system predicts throttle input, using electric torque to fill gaps in turbo boost, making acceleration seamless. It reacts to your driving, adjusting torque vectoring to maintain grip even when traction limits are challenged. The stability control software is among the most advanced in the industry. Instead of acting as a safety net, it behaves as a co-pilot, helping the driver push the car closer to its potential without overstepping. Each wheel receives individual torque adjustments multiple times per second. This creates a sense of confidence rare in cars of such extreme capability. The feedback through the steering wheel and pedals connects the driver directly to what the car is doing beneath them. Even the tires were developed specifically for the 2023 Mercedes-AMG 1. Mercedes worked with specialized suppliers to create compounds that could withstand the unique forces generated by hybrid torque and high aerodynamic load. The result is a tire that heats up quickly but remains stable under high load cycles. Every element of the vehicle, from wheel design to brake cooling, was tested repeatedly at racetracks and wind tunnels to meet a single requirement: consistency under pressure. Beyond performance, the Mercedes-AMG 1 represents a philosophy shift for high-end cars. Traditionally, hypercars have celebrated large displacement engines and excess. The One takes the opposite approach, proving that complexity and sophistication can achieve the same or greater results. The 1.6-liter engine, smaller than most sedans use, delivers over 600 horsepower alone. Combined with electric assistance, it outperforms engines more than 3 times its size. This efficiency is not just about speed. It is about evolution. It shows what happens when engineers view hybrid systems not as compromises but as opportunities. The production process mirrors this philosophy. Each 2023 Mercedes-AMG 1 is assembled at a specialized facility in Coventry, United Kingdom, by technicians trained directly by Formula One engineers. Each engine undergoes extensive calibration before installation. Even minor vibrations or temperature deviations trigger full rechecks. The final product is then shipped to AMG headquarters in Affalterbach, Germany, where it undergoes testing before delivery. Owners do not simply receive a car. They receive documentation showing every stage of its creation. The exclusivity is deliberate. By limiting production to 275 units, Mercedes-AMG ensures that each car remains both a collector's item and a technological reference point. This strategy echoes how manufacturers once treated halo cars, as rolling laboratories rather than profit engines. The technology from the One will inform future AMG models, especially as the brand moves toward electrification. An often overlooked part of the 2023 Mercedes-AMG 1 story is its environmental angle. While few would call it eco-friendly in the conventional sense, the car demonstrates how hybrid technology can enhance performance without abandoning responsibility. It meets stringent Euro 6 emission standards, something unprecedented for an engine of this type. The electric motors allow it to cruise through city centers emission-free, and its battery system is designed for recyclability. These achievements, while subtle compared to its performance stats, are critical for shaping how performance cars can coexist with future regulations. To fully appreciate the One, consider the cultural context. By 2023, many performance brands had shifted toward electrification, but few dared to bridge the gap between pure EVs and combustion supercars. Mercedes-AMG chose to face that challenge directly. The One is both a technical farewell to the internal combustion era and a preview of what hybrid synergy can achieve. It closes one chapter while opening another. What makes the 2023 Mercedes-AMG 1 remarkable is not just its numbers but its intent. It was not designed to chase sales figures or to compete directly with rivals. It was created to prove a point. That point is that motorsport innovation still has a place on the road, even in an age of electrification and efficiency. It reminds enthusiasts that passion and precision can coexist with progress. As we move forward, the true measure of the AMG One will be how it influences the cars that follow. The lessons learned in thermal management, electric integration, and aerodynamic control will shape everything from sports sedans to future hypercars. The question is not whether Mercedes can repeat such an engineering feat, but how the industry will respond. In the next segment, we look at the impact this car leaves behind and how it redefines the future of performance. The 2023 Mercedes-AMG One leaves an impact that goes beyond numbers, lap times, or exclusivity. It stands as a turning point in how performance cars are conceived. When a manufacturer manages to transfer a Formula One powertrain into a road car, it changes what engineers believe is possible. The One sets a precedent for hybrid systems that deliver both thrill and responsibility. It is proof that engineering progress does not have to mean emotional compromise. For Mercedes-AMG, it represents a synthesis of decades of racing success, now channeled into a car you can drive through city streets. The first lesson the One teaches is that complexity can serve simplicity. Every element of its hybrid architecture was designed for a single purpose: response. The faster a car can react, the more predictable and intuitive it feels. The combination of electric motors and a turbocharged V6 achieves that by eliminating delay. The driver feels a direct connection between foot and motion, a sensation that once belonged only to pure race cars. This immediate feedback sets a new standard for what hybrid performance can be. Another crucial insight is the integration of systems. The 2023 Mercedes-AMG One operates as a unified platform where mechanical and digital systems communicate constantly. Sensors measure wheel speed, throttle angle, and energy flow thousands of times per second. The car adapts to conditions in real time. This integration lays the foundation for the next generation of performance vehicles, where artificial intelligence and predictive control could refine these dynamics even further. The One is a bridge between analog skill and digital assistance. In terms of influence, the AMG One demonstrates that high performance and environmental awareness can align. Its hybrid setup allows emission-free travel in cities, while still enabling full combustion output on open roads. That duality points to a future where cars will not be defined by a single power source, but by how intelligently they combine several. Future AMGs will likely evolve from this blueprint, reducing reliance on combustion without losing identity. The One's battery system, lightweight yet durable, is already influencing upcoming hybrid and electric projects. Economically, the car also redefines value. With only 275 examples built, the 2023 Mercedes-AMG One becomes more than a vehicle. It becomes an artifact of engineering history. Yet its real worth lies in what it teaches the industry. The development hurdles, idle speed calibration, emissions certification, energy recovery optimization, produce solutions that will cascade down into production vehicles. The innovation cost is enormous, but it ensures Mercedes remains at the forefront of performance technology for years to come. There is also a philosophical layer to its impact. The One challenges the assumption that progress means leaving the past behind. Instead, it blends legacy with innovation. The internal combustion engine, once thought to be nearing extinction, finds new life here through electrification. By pairing it with modern energy systems, Mercedes-AMG preserves the emotion of mechanical performance while embracing future demands. The One shows that evolution can be both respectful and revolutionary. In driving culture, this car alters expectations. It raises the benchmark for what hybrid performance should feel like. Enthusiasts who once dismissed hybridization as dull or artificial will see that electrification can heighten excitement, not dilute it. The 2023 Mercedes-AMG One becomes a reference point, similar to how early supercars defined eras of automotive history. Decades from now, it will be studied not only for its performance but for how it redefined the relationship between motorsport and the street. The design influence is also significant. The combination of sharp functional surfaces, compact dimensions, and airflow-driven aesthetics will guide future AMG styling. Every curve of the One has purpose, a principle that will likely trickle down to mainstream models. The emphasis on integration over ornamentation mirrors the mindset of modern engineering, where beauty emerges from performance itself. Culturally, the One stands as a symbol of transition. It belongs to an age where performance meets accountability, where automotive excellence is judged not only by speed but by intelligence. The world is moving toward sustainability, yet the passion for driving remains strong. The 2023 Mercedes-AMG 1 proves that both goals can coexist. It gives hope that innovation will not erase emotion. From a driver's perspective, the One is a masterclass in control. The precision it offers changes how one perceives speed. Acceleration becomes less about raw force and more about synchronization. The experience is immersive. The sound, the vibration, the surge of hybrid torque all combine to form a sensory narrative that defines modern performance. It is a reminder that engineering at its best is not cold. It is deeply human in its pursuit of perfection. For Mercedes-AMG, the impact of this project will be measured over decades. The lessons from this hybrid masterpiece will shape every future car wearing the AMG badge. As the brand moves toward fully electric performance, the One serves as both a technical foundation and an emotional compass. It represents the spirit of continuous improvement, the belief that there is always one more challenge worth taking. Ultimately, the legacy of the 2023 Mercedes-AMG 1 lies in what it dares to ask. Can the limits of racing be merged with the responsibilities of the road? Can technology serve emotion instead of replacing it? This car answers yes, not with marketing slogans, but with engineering proof. It is the rare achievement that satisfies both the intellect and the imagination. The story of the Mercedes-AMG 1 is not about the end of an era. It is about the beginning of a new philosophy of motion. And as the automotive world shifts toward electrification, the One stands as a beacon showing that performance will continue to evolve, adapt, and inspire. In our final segment, we close the loop by looking at what this car means for the legacy of innovation and for the drivers who will carry that spirit forward. The 2023 Mercedes-AMG 1 concludes a journey that began with a bold idea: to bring the thrill of Formula One to public roads without compromise. Few projects in modern automotive history have attempted such an ambitious leap, and even fewer have succeeded. The One stands as a mechanical milestone, bridging competition technology with daily usability. It captures a moment in time when human ingenuity met the limits of regulation, physics, and patience, and found a way through. Across every segment of this story, the 2023 Mercedes-AMG 1 has revealed how ambition drives evolution. It was never just about horsepower or speed records. It was about proving that complexity could create purity. By merging a 1.6-liter hybrid V6 with advanced electric systems, Mercedes-AMG demonstrated that performance and progress can operate on the same track. The result is not only the most powerful road car ever built by the brand, but also the most symbolic. It honors the past while shaping the future. For the engineers, the car represents mastery of control. For enthusiasts, it is an experience that validates why performance cars still matter in a changing world. It reminds us that precision, not excess, defines greatness. The lessons learned from developing the One, thermal management, energy recovery, dynamic software calibration, will ripple through the next generation of Mercedes-AMG vehicles. From sports sedans to future electric models, the DNA of this car will remain. Culturally, the 2023 Mercedes-AMG 1 is a landmark. It shows that even as regulations tighten and electrification accelerates, there is still room for passion, innovation, and emotion. It challenges the notion that performance has to be loud or wasteful. Instead, it proves that power can coexist with responsibility. The ability to glide silently in electric mode and then unleash the sound and force of a Formula One engine is more than a technical feat. It is a statement about versatility and vision. From a broader perspective, the One's significance extends beyond the Mercedes-AMG family. It influences how other manufacturers approach hybrid integration, software-driven performance, and active aerodynamics. Its example will inspire rivals to refine their own systems, leading to a new era of intelligent hypercars where mechanical and digital forces collaborate seamlessly. That ripple effect is perhaps its most profound legacy. For drivers, the story of the One is about emotion rediscovered. Sitting behind its wheel connects you to the core of what makes driving special: precision, feedback, and trust. The car demands attention but rewards mastery. It is not designed to make things easy. It is designed to make things meaningful. That philosophy echoes the best moments in automotive history. when innovation served not just the machine, but the human behind it. In the end, the 2023 Mercedes-AMG 1 is more than a car. It is a statement of intent. It declares that the pursuit of performance is not over. It is simply evolving. It shows that even in a world moving toward electric mobility, there is still room for passion engineered with purpose. The one bridges eras. The roar of combustion, the whisper of electricity, and the silence of precision. So as the world looks toward the next generation of performance, the Mercedes-AMG 1 stands as proof that the impossible is only a challenge waiting for the right team, the right vision, and the right moment. It may be limited in number, but its influence is limitless. That is the legacy of this extraordinary machine, and that is why it will be remembered as one of the defining achievements in automotive history.